What's up, guys? Python here, back with another video, and hallelujah, a good sport I finally will get to talk about, as tomorrow the New York Rangers finally return to action, and we are going to preview the game. Tomorrow I most likely will be at the game, so if you see me, say what's up. If you don't want to, also cool. But today we're going to talk about the game for tomorrow, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm already out of baseball mode now. I'm fully locked in. We're all in. And that's kind of the only good part about the Mets getting eliminated here, is now I get to be dialed in on the Rangers. As you can see, we got the Rangers flag now in the back. If you're wondering what happened to the Mets flag, well, you can maybe see that underneath is still the Mets flag. I just decided to put the Rangers one over it for now, because why not? We'll probably have to do something about this thing, but yeah, we'll figure that one out. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about when it comes to tomorrow. Line combinations, which is, as everyone going in a frenzy, injuries, whatever it may be. We're going to talk about it. Before we do, though, be sure to leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially Ranger fans. And let me know your thoughts in the comments on the line combinations, which we're going to talk about. Let me know also just how you're feeling going into opening night. Are you feeling great? You feeling nervous? You're feeling somewhere in the middle here, because obviously there are some things that personally I didn't like about the way that things ended in preseason. That last game against the Islanders I didn't get to watch, but I heard it was not pretty at times. I heard Trocheck had a lot of turnovers. I heard that a lot of guys played pretty bad outside of Zach Jones and Capo Caco. I heard that pretty much the entire team was horrendous. I looked at the shot total, saw 26, I believe, to 16, or 28 to 16, whatever it may have been. And I thought, man, the Rangers actually probably played decent, right? But Twitter says otherwise. But Twitter says other things too. That's just not true. But for all I know, from what I saw, I should say, the Rangers did not play a good game. So something to keep an eye on, considering the fact that I thought they played a poor game in the last preseason game I watched, which was against the... Who was that against? The Devils? Bruins? I don't remember already. But preseason's over. We don't care. And I'm pumped up. So we had the line combinations revealed during practice. So let's get my stupid face out of here and get Vince Bercagliano's tweet up on the screen. So this is what the Rangers practice lines were, and likely the lineup for tomorrow. He says, Kreider's a Banjak, Kakko, the same thing that we saw last preseason game. Panarin, Trocheck, Kravtsov, something that we didn't see last preseason game. We saw VC up on that spot. But Kravtsov is going to be on the opening night lineup, which is exciting. At the same time, there are some worries because he wasn't playing too great. But me personally, I'm excited. So we'll see what he is about. Lafreniere, Hedl, and Goudreau. Interesting little line over there. I'm interested to see how Goudreau fits into that. Obviously, you pretty much have 2 of the 3 members of the kid line there. Again, interested to see what Barclay Goodrow is going to bring to the table on that line. I don't really like him there. I think Barclay Goodrow should be on the 4th line. And then on the 4th line, we have VC Hunt, and Vince Bercagliano followed this tweet up saying that it was a mistype, and he meant to put Carpenter there on that spot, and Ryan Reeves. So if I had to take a guess at which of these guys is not going to be playing tomorrow, I'm going to say it's Ryan Reeves or Dryden Hunt, if I had to take a early guess as to which way it's going to go. So yeah, overall, very interesting. I think that it's great that Kakko is going to get the top 6 opportunity. His shot looked absolutely unreal in the last preseason game, at least from what I heard from people. And then I saw that Gino, he sniped it, looked like an absolute beaut. So I'm very happy with what I saw from him in terms of that. Second line, have my worries. I do have my worries a bit, which is weird because they look so good in practice. At least that's what Vince was saying during scrimmages earlier on before everything kicked off. And then there was, just no sign of that life in preseason. We didn't get to see a good enough look at them. I think we got 1 game maybe of that line completely. So it's hard to judge how that line's going to play out, but I'm not too worried. It's going to take some time for Trocheck to adjust to the new system. Once he's adjusted in, I'm not worried at all. He's going to be a upgrade over Ryan Strome. He's going to be. We know this, and I can't wait to see what he brings to the table. And I know a lot of people, like I said, calling him Vinny turnovers already infuriated with him, but I think it's going to pay off once we see him fully adapt to this new system, or, well, new system for him. For us, we know what it's about, and Panarin does, and So does Kravtsov, maybe, because Kravtsov too is another one where he has to kind of adjust to things here. So that line's going to be very raw, very fresh coming opening night. So it's going to be interesting to see how things work out there. And then the third line, Lafreniere, Hedel, and Gaudreau. I'm feeling pretty good about that line to a degree. Like I said, I'm interested to see how Barclay Goodrow is going to fit into this thing because of the fact that he's kind of more of that shutdown defensive forward type where Hedel and Lafreniere are guns a-blazing, trying to get the offense going, and they're more play drive type players. So it's going to be interesting to see how they end up deploying that line. Is it going to be treated more as a shutdown line? Is it going to be treated more as a depth scoring line? It's going to be interesting to see how that line's utilized. But overall, that's probably the line I'm most intrigued by going into tomorrow night, because I think the first line, we kind of saw it last year a bit, so we know what it's about for the most part. The second line, we have a fair idea of what it's going to be about, and it's so new and fresh and everything, so that's kind of why I'm not as excited, which, you know, maybe you could be, but I'm also not, because there's probably going to be some sloppiness there. Third line, very interested to see what's going to go down there. And then the fourth line, I'm going to take a guess that Dryden Hunt is the one out, and I'm going to guess that it is going to be who is in there otherwise. Carpenter, Reeves, and I don't know why I'm already forgetting, pulling up and cheating here with the line coming. Vesey. How can I forget Jimmy Vesey, who signed a one-year deal at league minimum to be back with the Rangers? Welcome back, Jimmy. It's critical of the signing, but hey, it's ended up working out. And I think Jimmy Vesey should be on the third line instead of Barclay Goodrow. I think that would make more sense, just because I feel like Jimmy Vesey kind of has more of a high-tempo game and can play more of an offensive style game better than Barclay Goodrow could. That's the way I would do it if things aren't working out, say the first few shifts after the first period, the first half of the game, whatever it may be. That's probably the first change I'd look at if I'm Gerard Gallant going into tomorrow night. So, yeah, that fourth line going to be interesting. So I'm intrigued by them as well. They're going to be probably the pure shutdown line that we kind of saw last year when it was Tyler Mott on there, Barclay Goodrow, and Ryan Reeves. And whoever else was there, Kevin Rooney or Dryden Hunt when he did get a couple games. It's going to be pretty much that coming down the stretch here. It's going to be very similar, if not hopefully better than the Rooney, Goudreau, and Mott line that we saw last postseason for the most part. But it's going to be hard to do that because I feel like losing both Mott and Rooney kind of hurts a lot on the penalty kill. But Carpenter is a guy where I was intrigued by his penalty killing ability. He hasn't shown much in the preseason here, but I'm very intrigued still. I think that there is something there, and I think that he's another one where the system will get in his head, he will get adjusted, and this is a guy that had career years under Gerard Gallant, so I'm feeling confident in his play. And then Reeves, we know what he's about, and then we know as well what Dryden Hunt is about, and now Jimmy Vesey as well. So you might have noticed there's a name missing from there. Sammy Blais. What happened to Blais? Well, if you didn't watch the last preseason game, because of the fact there's too many preseason games, Sammy Blais got hurt. It is an upper body injury, they're saying that he should be back for the next game. Hoping, please don't be another scenario where it's he's fine and then he's not back for a while. The guy can't buy games, it seems like, man. He can't, and it's unfair. We haven't really gotten a fair look at Sammy Blais, and it sucks that he's going to miss opening night here now. And I believe it was Romanov that threw the hit on him. I know he threw one on Trocheck later on in that game, and that got him a fine, and Jimmy Vesey had to step in and fight Romanov. So all over the place there. But in terms of Sammy Blais, kind of a big loss in a way. He's one of your penalty killers, one of your crucial guys there. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Rangers go without him. And if I had to guess, he's going to be the guy slotted in on that third line when he comes back instead of Barclay Goodrow. I feel like that would make the most sense, have him with Lafreniere and Hedel, since we kind of saw that line last year, and we know that goal in Nashville that they ended up scoring. We saw that. We remember that all too well. So yeah, I'm interested to see what that line could do if that ends up being the case. And then you have Barclay Goodrow move down, and maybe you take Ryan Reeves out. That's probably what I would do if I were the Rangers, but remains to be seen. All right, future me here, because I forgot to mention the defensive pairs as well for whatever reason. So tomorrow, what you're looking at probably for the defensive pairs, if I had to take a guess, had to take a jab at it, whatever. Ryan Lindgren, we know he was dealing with that injury in the preseason, but it's looking like he's going to be good to go opening night, at least according to Vince, according to Gallant, according to everyone. Looks like Lindgren will be playing. So the defensive pairs will probably be what we saw last year for the top four, Lindgren and Fox together again. And then you have Miller and Trouba. The third pair, what's happening with the third pair? Well, Zach Jones, it looks like, made the team. And if I had to guess, it's going to be him and it's going to be Braden Schneider tomorrow night. Maybe Libor Hayek, hopefully not. But there's always the outside shot that it is. So I might as well throw his name. Jared Tenorti ended up getting claimed off of waivers by the Chicago Blackhawks today. So you do have that as another defensive option now that is out the window. And Bertowski was released from his PTO. Do expect him to be back. That's at least what Vince is saying. That's what reporters are saying, that maybe you could expect him to be back now just because of the fact that they did lose out on Jared Tenorti. But yeah, defensive core, pretty much the same. So yeah, overall, a lot of excitement going into tomorrow, a lot of nerves going into tomorrow. You're facing the team that eliminated you, so I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of a we want to get revenge factor here from the Rangers. I at least hope that's the mentality, the attitude, the mindset, whatever you want to say. I'm hoping that's the way they approach this game and the way that they end up playing this game, where, yeah, we're going to play a in the you-know-what game because we want to get revenge. We want to show that we are the better team. So going to be interesting. And then, of course, Igor should be getting the start, barring, God forbid, knocking on wood, all of that, anything happening. And then Yaroslav Halak will probably back him up if I had to take a guess as to what would happen. I think that's a fair assumption there in terms of the goaltending. I think that's an obvious thing. Just thought I'd mention it just in case, people were wondering. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section for opening night, how you're feeling. Like I mentioned, let me know your thoughts on the line combinations as well. Are you going to opening night? Let me know everything in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Here we go. It's finally starting. The next one counts. Let's go, Rangers.